Let's begin. Mr. Lazy. Mekor. That was cool.
Mr. Lazy lives in Sleepyland, which is a very lazy-looking and sleepy-like place. Birds in Sleepyland fly so slowly they sometimes fall out of the sky.
Oh no, not the
Grass takes
birds!
so long to grow, it only needs cutting once a year. Even the
Damn.
trees are lazy-looking and sleepy-like. And you know what time everybody gets up in Sleepyland? The answer is they don't get up in the morning. They get up in the afternoon. And incidentally, this is what a Sleepyland clock looks like. Everything takes so long to do, there's only time for 4 hours a day.
Damn.
Anyway, the story starts with Mr. Lazy being fast asleep in bed. In Sleepyland, they call that being slow asleep. He spends rather a lot of time in bed. It's his favorite place to be. He opened his eyes. Yawned again. Went back to sleep. Later, Mr. Lazy opened his eyes again. Yawned.
I like the narrator actually yawns when the character yawns.
Went back to sleep again. Much later, Mr. Lazy got up and went to make his breakfast. We say breakfast, although really it was tea time. He put the kettle on to make some tea. Kettles take 2 hours to boil. Sleepyland.
Damn.
Toasted a slice of bread. Bread takes 3 hours to go brown. Sleepyland. Toast never gets burnt there. While he was waiting for his kettle to boil and his bread to toast, Mr. Lazy went into the garden of Yawn Cottage, which is where he lived. Sat down on a chair, and you can probably guess what happened next.
He fell asleep.
Yawn again. I went to sleep. Suddenly, he woke with a jump, which is something that doesn't happen very often to Mr. Lazy. And the reason he woke with a jump was because of the noise. Wake up! The noise. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! There were 2 men standing in front of him. I'm Mr. Busy, said one of the men. And I'm Mr. Bustle, said the other. Come along now, said Mr. Bustle busily. We can't have you sleeping all day, added Mr. Busy, bustling Mr. Lazy to his feet. Who are you? Who are you? We're Bustle and Busy. Come along now. We've got all day. But, no time for buts, said Mr. Busy. All ifs, added Mr. Bustle. There's the wood to chop and the beds to make and the floors to clean and the coal to get and the windows to polish and the plates to wash and the furniture to dust and the grass to cut and the hedges to clip and the food to cook.
Oh my god, bro. Chill. Like you came to a place called like Sleepy Town or something.
Wood to clean and the beds to get and the floors to cut and the coal to cook and the windows to make and the plates to mend and the furniture to chop and the grass to wash and the hedges to dust and the clothes to clip. He'd got it all completely wrong, even in such a daze. Then Bustle and Busy set Mr. Lazy to work. Chopping and making and cleaning and getting and polishing and washing and dusting and cutting and clipping and cooking and mending. Not to mention all the fetching and carrying. Poor Mr. Lazy. Now, they said, when he'd finished, it's time for a walk. And off they set on the longest walk Mr. Lazy had ever been on. Mr. Lazy is one of those people who never walks when he has a chance of sitting down, and never sits down when he has a chance of lying down. But this day, he had no choice. They made him walk for miles and miles and miles, until he felt that his legs must be worn right down to his body. Poor Mr. Lazy.
They just immediately put him to work. That's not what his lifestyle is like. You gotta casually get him into doing it.
Mr. Busy said, right, now for a run. Oh, no. When I blow this whistle, Mr. Bustle, whistle, we've got to start running. As fast as you can. And Busy. Mr. Mr. Lazy groaned a deep groan.
Yeah, I can understand why you don't want to do this because they're not just.
With the whistle.
That
Mr. Lazy, poor Mr. Lazy, started to run, but his legs weren't getting him anywhere.
it just looks like he's running in place.
He opened his eyes and looked down to see why. And the reason his legs weren't getting him anywhere was because he was sitting on a chair in the garden. And there was no sign of Mr. Busy or Mr. Bustle. It had all been a terrible dream. The whistle was the whistling kettle boiling in the kitchen. Mr. Lazy heaved a sigh of relief. And then he went into the kitchen and sat down to have his breakfast and to think about his dream. But you know what happened next, don't you? Right. Wake up, Mr. Lazy. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
The dream again? Oh, that was shorter than the other ones. Mr. Funny.
Mr. Funny lived in a teapot. It had 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, and a living room. And it suited Mr. Funny very nicely. One day, Mr. Funny was having lunch. He wasn't very hungry, so he only had a daisy sandwich and a glass of toast. Delicious, he murmured to himself as he finished his funny lunch. After lunch, Mr. Funny decided to go for a drive in his car.
Definitely a funny lunch.
It was a shoe. Have you ever seen a car that looks like a shoe? It's
No.
very funny.
I can imagine it's very funny.
As he drove along, everybody who saw him laughed to see such a funny sight. He passed a worm at the side of the road. The worm thought Mr. Funny in his funny car was the funniest thing he'd ever seen. He nearly laughed himself in two. He passed a pig in a field. The pig thought Mr. Funny in his funny car was the funniest thing she'd ever seen. She nearly laughed her tail off. Even the flowers he passed thought that Mr. Funny was the funniest thing that they'd ever seen. They nearly laughed themselves out of the ground. Eventually, Mr. Funny came to some crossroads. He didn't know which way to go, so he looked at the signpost. One of the signs said, to the zoo. Oh, that'd be fun, thought Mr. Funny to himself. So he drove his shoe towards the zoo. When he arrived at the gate of the zoo, he stopped. It was closed. I'm sorry, said the zookeeper. But we had to close the zoo because all the animals have a cold. They're all feeling very sorry for themselves. Oh dear, said Mr. Funny. Then he thought. Perhaps I could help cheer them up, he said. Well, said the zookeeper, worth a try, I suppose?
Yep, never hurts to just give it a shot.
He drove into the zoo in his shoes. First thing he saw was an elephant. It was true. The elephant was feeling very sorry for herself. Very sorry.
Poor thing.
Mr. Funny stood and looked at the sad-looking elephant. And the sad-looking elephant stood and looked at Mr. Funny. Oh, dear. Then, do you know what Mr. Funny did? He pulled a funny face. Mr. Funny, as you can imagine, is very good at pulling funny faces. The elephant giggled. He'd never seen anything so funny. Mr. Funny pulled another funny face. And the elephant start laughing. The elephant laughed and laughed and laughed. Oh, he laughed so hard, she nearly laughed her trunk off. Oh, and she felt a lot better. Mr. Funny went over to the lion house. There was a lion, feeling extraordinarily sorry for himself. Mr. Funny stood and looked at the sad-looking lion. And the sad-looking lion stood and looked at Mr. Funny. Oh, dear. And then Mr. Funny pulled the funniest-looking face that's probably ever been pulled anywhere, ever. Now, you've heard a lion roar before, I'm sure. Well, this lion roared, too, with laughter. And he laughed so hard, he did laughed his whiskers to pieces.
What is that laugh?
All the other animals in the zoo. Oh, dear. What a miserable-looking lot. For all of them, Mr. Funny pulled funnier and funnier faces. The big brown pig giggled, then burst out laughing. And the giraffe laughed so hard, she nearly laughed her neck into a knot. And the hippopotamus nearly laughed himself out to his skin. And the penguins nearly laughed their flippers flopping. And the leopard, you should have seen him. He laughed so hard, he nearly laughed his spots off. His spots off.
What is that laugh?
Oh, Mr. Funny, giggled the zookeeper, who started laughing. Oh, Mr. Funny, thank you very, very much indeed, sir, for coming to cheer us up. Oh, nothing really, replied Mr. Funny modestly, and drove off in his shoes. Later, when Mr. Funny arrived home, he chuckled to himself. Well, he said, well, that's the end of another funny day. He parked his shoe and went inside his teapot. And because he was feeling thirsty, he made himself a nice hot cup of cake.
What? Goofiest shit I've ever seen. Very funny though. Very funny. Some of the laughs especially were very silly. Mr. Fussy. I love how simplistic but cute the art is.
Mr. Fussy was fussy about everything. Absolutely everything had to be neat and tidy and in its proper place.
Oh, he's a clean freak.
All day and every day, rearranging his furniture and making.
That's not rearranging, that's just wiggling a chair.
His garden and trying to find specks of dust where there couldn't possibly be specks of dust, because he spent all his time making sure that there weren't any specks of dust. One fine morning,
Respect the grind, at least.
he was very fussy about what he ate. He opened the marmalade pot. "Ooh," he exclaimed, "it's got bits in it." And he spent the rest of the morning separating the bits from the marmalade. Or, if you prefer, the marmalade from the bits. Fussy old fusspot, people used to call him. Then Mr. Fussy went out into his garden. And he spent
You
the
can
rest
see
of
the
the day
sifter. It's
straightening
hard.
out all the blades of grass on his lawn. Fussy old fusspot. That evening, Mr. Fussy was in his kitchen, ironing his shoelaces, when he heard a crash outside. "What's to do?" he murmured to himself, and hurried outside to investigate. There, with a broken garden gate in one hand, and an old battered suitcase in the other, and a sheepish grin on his face, stood an untidy person, Mr. Clumsy. "Whoops," he said, holding up the garden gate. "It came off in my hand." "Who," spluttered Mr. Fussy, looking in horror at his garden gate, "are you?" "Oh, I'm Mr. Clumsy," replied the untidy person.
Makes sense.
And he stepped forward to shake Mr. Fussy's hand, but tripped over and fell on the lawn. "My grass!" cried Mr. Fussy. "My straight grass! You bent it." He got down on his hands and knees and started straightening the grass. "But who are you?" he asked over his shoulder. "Why are you here?" "Oh, I'm your cousin, Blow," replied Mr. Clumsy. "Your long-lost cousin from Australia."
That's why they look similar.
"If you look hard, there is a certain family likeness between them, isn't there?"
The same color.
"Well, aren't you pleased to see me?" continued Mr. Clumsy cheerfully, knocking over a flower or two as he got up. Picked up his suitcase, knocking over another flower or two, or three. Mr. Fussy quite obviously wasn't pleased to see him. "Oh, well, you'd better come in," he muttered. "I say," remarked Mr. Clumsy, looking through the front door of Mr. Fussy's house. "I say, what a neat little place you got here." He stepped inside, pushed over his shoelaces, which he often does, knocked over a chair, dropped his suitcase, and fell in an untidy heap on the floor. "Whoops," he said. Mr. Fussy shut his eyes, heaved a sigh, and groaned silently to himself. Later that evening, after Mr. Fussy had cooked them a meal, and after Mr. Clumsy had helped with the washing up, 2 broken plates, they sat down to talk. Mr. Fussy sat, as he always did, in a neat and tidy fashion. Mr. Clumsy sat, as he always did, in a not-so-neat and tidy fashion. "How long are you staying?" asked Mr. Fussy. "Oh, I don't know," said Mr. Clumsy. "A few days, week, year, haven't decided." Fussy groaned another long, silent groan to himself. And they went to bed. When he woke in the morning, Mr. Fussy jumped out of bed and went into his bathroom. Oh no," he gasped. "Oh, no." Oh, yes. Mr. Clumsy had been there before him. The towels lay in a heap on the floor. The bath was full of water. There were pools of water all over the bathroom floor.
Oh, God.
Had been squeezed out onto the mirror. What a mess. Mr. Fussy made it all neat and tidy as quickly as he could. Then he hurried downstairs. "Morning," said his cousin cheerfully. "I've cooked your breakfast. Sit down." There was an awful mess everywhere. "There we are. Breakfast," said Mr. Clumsy, carrying a plate of fried eggs, broken fried eggs, towards the table. And then he tripped over those shoelaces of his, and then the eggs flew through the air, and they landed all over Mr. Fussy. Sticky, greasy, yellow, fried eggs.
Uh-oh.
"Oops," said Mr. Clumsy. After a week, Mr. Fussy's house didn't look like Mr. Fussy's house anymore. It should be. But after 2 weeks, Mr. Clumsy decided to move on. "Oh, thanks for having me, sport," he said to Mr. Fussy. "It was very nice to see you," replied Mr. Fussy politely. What he was thinking was not so polite.
Oh, damn, bro. I don't think he intended for the place to be such a mess.
"Well, cheerio," said Mr. Clumsy,
Like,
and off he went.
honestly, though, the whole toothpaste on the mirror shit would have pissed me off. Like, that is such a waste.
Really, good riddance.
Damn.
Around his house as he'd never fussed before. Fussy old fussbot. That evening, Mr. Fussy was in his kitchen, polishing an egg. He heard a crash outside. "Oh, no," he groaned.
Is it Mr. Clumsy again?
And it wasn't. It was somebody else.
Oh.
Somebody who just walked straight through Mr. Fussy's garden gate. Somebody who can't help having little accidents. Somebody you may have met before. "Hello," smiled Mr. Bump.
Oh, Mr. Bum.
Who is it?
Good to see him again.
Thought I'll bump into you again sometime. Bump, bump into you.
That was so cute. Mr. Bounce. I love him. He's so silly looking and cute. Oh, he does bounce. It's kind of funny because he's like ball shaped, like a bouncy ball. You fucked it up now. It says bunts. There you go. He heard me. Kidding.
Mr. Bounce was very small and like a rubber ball. He just couldn't keep himself on the ground.
It's more flying than bouncing.
He bounced all over the place.
The sound. It sounds like somebody's just going la la la, la la la.
And as you can imagine, that made things rather difficult. Last week, for instance, Mr. Bounce was out walking when he came to a farm. Climbed over the farm gate and...
Sir,
what happened next?
that's trespassing.
He jumped down from the gate and bounced right into the duck pond. Quack, went the ducks. The other morning, for instance, Mr. Bounce was in bed. Woke up, jumped out of bed, and guess what happened next, can't you? He bounced right out of his bedroom door and all the way downstairs. Bouncity, 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 bounce.
That probably hurts like hell.
Right off. It probably explains why Mr. Bounce leaves his bedroom door open every night. After he picked himself up, Mr. Bounce went and sat down to think. Mr. Bounce bounced off the chair and banged his head on the ceiling.
Oh, poor dude. Holy shit.
Bounce. Oh, this is ridiculous. Mr. Bounce thought to himself, rubbing his head. I must do something to stop all this bouncing about. He thought. I know. Thought. I'll go and see the doctor.
I mean, your name is Mr. Bounce. What? Are they gonna call you Mr. Not Bounce?
To the nearest town to see the doctor. He was passing a tennis court when he tripped over a pebble. And he bounced right onto the court where two children were playing tennis. And you can guess what happened next, can't you?
They mistook him for a tennis ball.
Didn't realize that Mr. Bounce wasn't a tennis ball and started hitting him with their tennis racket.
Probably hurts like fucking hell.
Poor Mr. Bounce. Eventually, one of the children hit Mr. Bounce so hard, he bounced right out of the tennis court. Mr. Bounce bounced off down the road towards the town. Oh dear, he said, feeling very sorry for himself. I've been bounced black and blue.
Poor dude.
A bus was coming down the road. Mr. Bounce decided that the safest place for him to be would be on it. He got on, sat down, still feeling more than a little sorry for himself. The bus drove into town.
I see all of the vehicles make all the same sounds in this universe.
The bus stopped right outside the doctor's. Mr. Bounce stepped down from the bus and onto the pavement and bounced in through the doctor's window. Dr. Makerwell was sitting at his desk enjoying his mid-morning cup of coffee. Mr. Bounce sailed through the open window. Flash went the coffee. Ow! Squeaked Mr. Bounce. Coffee was rather hot. After the doctor had fished Mr. Bounce out of his coffee and set him on some blotting paper to dry up, he listened to what Mr. Bounce had to tell him. So, you see, said Mr. Bounce finally, you must give me something to stop me bouncing about all over the place quite so much.
Something to weigh him down, maybe?
After some thought, Dr. Makerwell went to his medicine cabinet and took out a pair of tiny red boots.
This should do the trick.
How are they?
Heavy boots.
Did Bro just have those lying around just for this situation?
Oh, thank you, Dr. Makerwell, said Mr. Bounce.
He's sitting in a puddle of coffee. He's not going to dry out in that way.
Not Bounce. Walked.
He walked. Looks like it's working. Although I thought you could just weigh him down with like something. Like to weigh down balloons, you tie something that has a bit of weight to the balloon with the string. Like the balloons that have helium in them. You tie something that has weight to the balloon's string so they don't float away. So I was like, I mean, he's a ball.
That night, Mr.
Do
Bounce
something,
went to bed
do something similar in that sense.
and then he went to sleep. Following morning, he woke up, yawned, stretched, and bounced out of bed. And he went straight through the bedroom floorboards
Oh no!
and finished up in the kitchen.
So he still bounced. The boots didn't really help. Mr. Dizzy. But you have a flashing lights warning out of my eyes.
Mr. Dizzy was, to be quite honest, not very clever.
Same.
If you were to ask Mr. Dizzy what was the opposite of black, he'd say, the opposite of black is, pink.
Black,
He lived
pink
in
in
a
your
house on the hill, which he
area.
built himself.
I don't even listen to them. It's just
Clever
funny.
house. One of Mr. Dizzy's problems was that he lived in a country where everybody else was terribly clever. Clever land.
Clever
The
land.
birds were clever in Cleverland. Everything and everybody in Cleverland was clever. You'll never see a worm reading a book anywhere else. Cleverland.
Ha ha. Bookworm. Pun. Pun. We love a good pun. Love that. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Poor Mr. Dizzy. Everything around him was so clever that it made his head spin. One morning, Mr. Dizzy was out for a walk and he met a pig.
What's big and has big ears and a trunk?
Said the clever pig to Mr. Dizzy. A mouse, said Mr. Dizzy.
Pig. Pig laughed sarcastically at Mr. Dizzy and went off, shaking his head.
Damn.
Then Mr. Dizzy met an elephant. A clever elephant.
What's small and furry and likes cheese?
The elephant asked cleverly.
That would be a mouse.
A pig, replied Mr. Dizzy.
Clever elephant laughed down his trunk. Pig. A pig! You silly man.
And off he went. Poor Mr. Dizzy.
He just don't know.
Mr. Dizzy decided he didn't want to talk to anybody else that day. So he went for a walk in the wood where he knew that he wouldn't meet anybody. He felt very miserable about not being clever. And as he walked along, a tear trickled down his cheek. Poor Mr. Dizzy. Then, in the middle of the wood, he came across a well. Little did Mr. Dizzy know that it was a wishing well. The day was warm, and so he decided to take a drink of water from the well. Mr. Dizzy drank deeply, but he was still unhappy. Oh, I do wish I could be clever, he sighed. Little did Mr. Dizzy know that whoever drinks deeply from the water at the wishing well, his wish will come true. And Mr. Dizzy had wished that he could be clever, and his wish had come true. He was clever, but he didn't know it. Not yet. On the
I love
way,
his
Mr. Dizzy
face.
came across the elephant and the pig he had met earlier. They were telling each other about how they'd made Mr. Dizzy look silly by asking him a question he couldn't answer. They were giggling and sniggering about it when they saw Mr. Dizzy approaching from the wood. Oh, here he comes again, giggled the clever pig. Oh, let's ask him another question, sniggered the clever elephant. Mr. Dizzy came up to them. Tell us, said the clever pig, trying to keep a straight face. What's white and woolly and goes baa? Why, a sheep, of course, replied Mr. Dizzy. Pig and the elephant were amazed. To tell the truth, so too was Mr. Dizzy. He suddenly felt very, very clever, and it was a not unpleasant feeling. Tell us, said the clever elephant, what has 4 legs, a tail, and goes woof? Well, that's easy, replied Mr. Dizzy. A dog, of course.
His little
The
face.
pig and the clever elephant couldn't understand how Mr. Dizzy had become so clever in one morning. Mr. Dizzy couldn't understand how he'd become so clever in one morning. But you know how he'd become so clever in one morning.
The well.
Now, let me ask you a question, Mr. Dizzy to the pig. You? Grunted the pig rudely. You? Ask me a question? Never ridiculous. There's no question you could ask me that I couldn't answer. Really? Smiled Mr. Dizzy. Well then, can you tell me what's fat and pink and goes a tissue, a tissue? What's fat and pink and goes tissue, tissue? Repeated the pig, looking worried. There's nothing that's fat and pink and goes tissue, tissue. Nothing, eh? Said Mr. Dizzy. And he tickled the pig's nose. Tissue, tissue, sneezed the pig. The answer is you, said Mr. Dizzy.
That's clever.
And you're going a tissue, a tissue. The pig looked downright, if not down left, miserable. Mr. Dizzy turned to the elephant, who, incidentally, had stopped sniggering. Now, said Mr. Dizzy, let me ask you a question. What's large and goes dobbit, dobbit? What's large and goes dobbit, dobbit? Repeated the elephant, looking worried. There's nothing that's large and goes dobbit, dobbit. Oh, yes, there is, grinned Mr. Dizzy. There certainly is something that's large and goes dobbit, dobbit. And he tied a jumbo knot in the clever elephant's trunk. Stop it! Stop it! Cried the elephant, who wanted to say, stop it, but couldn't talk properly with a knot in his trunk. Mr. Dizzy grinned and went home.
I hope he untied the elephant's trunk. Anyway. Mister. He looks like the little Mr. Impossible. What? Mr. Impossible.
Mr. Impossible could do the most amazing things. For instance, he could jump over a house. Impossible.
Damn.
And Mr. Impossible could make himself invisible. All he had to do to stand there and think about becoming invisible, and he became invisible. Impossible. And Mr. Impossible could fly. All he had to do was stand there and flap his arms about, and off he flew.
He's autistic.
Awesome.
He's stimming.
He lived in an impossible-looking house. Have you ever seen a house in such an impossible place? Of course not.
No, I mean, I've seen tree houses, but not like that.
One day, he was out walking in the woods when he met a boy called William. William was on his way to school. Hello there, said Mr. Impossible. Hello, said William. I'm William. I'm impossible. Really? Said William. Sure am, smiled Mr. Impossible. Did you do impossible things? Asked William. Haven't come across anything I couldn't do. William thought. Can you climb up that tree? He asked, pointing to the biggest tree in the wood. Oh, I can do better than that, replied Mr. Impossible. I can walk up that tree. And he did.
Damn, bro.
William thought again. Can you stand on one hand? He asked. Well, I can do better than that, replied Mr. Impossible.
Stand on no hands?
I can stand on no hands.
I thought so.
Huh. That's impossible, cried William. Sure is, replied Mr. Impossible. Then William remembered that he was on his way to school. Why don't you come with me? He asked. But I've never been to a school before. That's time you did, replied William. Come on.
He looks like me when
William
I cut my hair for the first time.
William's classroom with all the other children. The teacher came in, but didn't notice that there was somebody extra in his class that morning. Morning, children, he said. I have a very difficult sum for you to do today. It will take you most of the morning to work out the answer. And he wrote the sum on the blackboard. It really was the most difficult sum William had ever seen in his whole life, full of adding up and taking away and multiplications and divisions and other things William didn't enjoy. Teacher
Poor
was right.
dude.
Would indeed take up most of the morning to work out the answer, if not most of the afternoon as well. Mr. Impossible whispered in William's ear. William put up his hand. Yes, William, said the teacher. There's something about the sum that you don't understand. Please, sir, said William. Is the answer 23? Teacher, very, absolutely, totally, completely amazed. How did you work out the sum so quickly? He asked. It's impossible. Ain't nothing impossible, mister, said Mr. Impossible from the back of the class and stood up. Well, I never did, exclaimed the teacher. After that, Mr. Impossible spent all day at school. He showed the teacher how he could read a book upside down. But that's impossible, said the children who were watching. Yes, sir, said Mr. Impossible. Then William asked Mr. Impossible if he'd like to play in the school football match. Sure would, replied Mr. Impossible, but I ain't never played football before.
Watch, he's gonna know that shit like the back of his hand.
Football. So high into the air.
Oh, I forgot, they call it football in the UK.
Impossible. Then it was time to go home. Mr. Impossible said goodbye to all the people at school, and then he said goodbye to William. Goodbye, Mr. Impossible, said William. So long, William, said Mr. Impossible. Just disappeared. William rubbed his eyes and went home. William's mother and father were waiting for him. "Hello, William," they said. "You have a good day at school?" "Yes," he replied. "And I met someone who can do anything in the world." Oh, really, William?" They both laughed. You're impossible." William smiled and went inside. And 100 miles away, a small figure was listening to what William's mother and father were saying. And then he went to sleep,
Upside down?
standing on his head. And we all know that
Damn.
that's downright impossible. Yes, sir.
I mean, headstands aren't impossible. They're very common, actually, but sleeping like that would make all the blood rush to your head, and that would make you dizzy. And, we covered Mr. Dizzy in the last episode. Not last part, but last video that I watched in the stream. Anyway, I think I have to watch one more, maybe? Mr. Strong. I love how nerdy the characters are, design-wise. What? Did bro just tie a knot in a crowbar? Holy shit.
This is the story of Mr. Strong. Mr. Strong is the strongest person in the whole wide world. Strongest person there ever has been, and probably the strongest person that ever will be. He is so strong that he can not only bend an iron bar with his bare hands, he can tie knots in it. Mr. Strong is so strong,
He's a
he can throw a
cube.
cannonball as far as you or I can throw a tennis ball. Mr. Strong is so strong he can hammer nails into a wall just by tapping them with his finger. Strong by name and strong by nature. And would you like to know the secret of Mr. Strong's strength? Eggs.
Eggs?
Eggs Mr. Strong eats, stronger he becomes. Stronger and stronger.
You must really like
and
eggs.
stronger. Anyway, this story is about a funny thing that happened to Mr. Strong one day. That morning, he was having breakfast. And for breakfast, he was having eggs. Followed by
Eggs. Followed
For
by
dinner, he was having, guess what?
eggs.
That's right. Eggs. That was Mr. Strong's normal breakfast. After his eggy breakfast, Mr. Strong cleaned his teeth. And, as usual, he squeezed all the toothpaste out of the tube. And, as usual, he cleaned his teeth so hard, he broke his toothbrush.
Oh shit.
Gets through a lot of toothpaste and toothbrushes. After that, he decided to take a walk. Put on his hat, opened the front door of his house. What a beautiful day, he thought to himself. Stepping outside his house, he shut the front door. The door fell off its hinges.
Oh shit.
Strong gets through a lot of front doors. Then Mr. Strong went for his walk. He walked through,
You're a little bit too strong.
but he wasn't looking where he was going. And walked slap bang into a huge tree. The huge tree trunk snapped. The tree thundered to the ground. Whoops, said Mr. Strong.
Damn.
He walked into town. And again, not looking where he was going, he walked slap bang straight to a brick wall. And Mr. Strong, being Mr. Strong, walked straight through that brick wall. Whoops, said Mr. Strong.
You could fix it.
Eventually, Mr. Strong walked through the town and out into the country, to a farm. The farmer met him in the road looking very worried. What's the matter? Asked Mr. Strong. It's my cornfield. It's on fire. And
Penis nose.
Strong looked over the hedge. Sure enough, the cornfield is blazing fiercely. Water, said Mr. Strong. We must get water to put out the fire. But I don't have enough water to put the whole field out, cried the worried farmer. And the nearest water's down to the river. But I don't have a pump. Then we'll have to find something to carry the water, replied Mr. Strong. Is that your barn? He asked, pointing to a barn in another field. Yes, I was going to put my corn in it, said the farmer. But can I use it? Asked Mr. Strong. Yes, but no buts. Come on. Mr. Strong walked over to the barn, and do you know what he did?
Picked it up.
He actually picked up the barn. The farmer couldn't believe his eyes. Then Mr. Strong carried the barn above his head down to the river. And he turned the barn upside down. Then he lowered it into the river so that it filled up with water. Then, and this shows how strong Mr. Strong really is, he picked it up and carried it back to the blazing cornfield. Mr. Strong emptied the upside-down barn full of water over the flame. Sizzle, sizzle, sputter, sputter. 1 minute, the flames were leaping in the air. The next minute, they'd gone. However can I thank you? The farmer asked Mr. Strong. Oh, it was nothing, remarked Mr. Strong modestly. But I must find some way to reward you, said the farmer. Well, said Mr. Strong, you're a farmer, so you must keep chickens. Yes, I do, said the farmer. Lots. And chickens lay eggs, went on Mr. Strong. And I rather like eggs. Then
I
you shall
figured.
have as many eggs as you can carry, said the farmer.
That would be a lot of eggs.
Over to the farmyard. Mr. Strong said goodbye to the farmer and thanked him for the eggs. And the farmer thanked him for helping. Then Mr. Strong, just using one finger, picked up the eggs and went home. Mr. Strong put the eggs carefully down on his kitchen table and went to close the kitchen door. The door fell off its hinges. Whoops. And Mr. Strong sat down. The chair fell to bits. Whoops, Mr. Strong started cooking his lunch.
Damn.
And for lunch, he was starting with eggs, followed by an egg or two. He had an egg between eggs, and an egg on the side.
Exception.
And then eggs. And then for his pudding, he was having, well,
Eggs.
can you guess? For his pudding, he was having ice cream.
What? That was interesting to say the least. Where are we at for time? I think I have time for maybe like one more video. Mr. Grumpy. Hold on. Ooh, next time we get into the Little Miss stuff. Exciting. We're at 17 in. That's a 1. I was like, what is it, a T? Mr. Grumpy. Oh, I've seen this guy. Mr. G. Or no, his name is just G.
It was a lovely summer evening. And in Crosspatch Cottage, Mr. Grumpy was at home. He sat down in an armchair and picked up a book. And then, do you know what he did? He tore all the pages out of it. Every one. Mr. Grumpy can't stand books. He has a shocking bad temper. In fact, he's quite the most bad-tempered person you can imagine.
Damn! What a waste of those perfectly good books.
The following morning, he was out in his garden pulling up flowers. He couldn't stand pretty flowers growing in his garden. When out of the corner of his eye, he saw a figure. It was Mr. Happy. "Good morning," said Mr. Happy. "Good," said Mr. Grumpy. "What's good about it?" "What?" said Mr. Happy. "What, nothing," went on Mr. Grumpy. "Get out of my garden." "I beg your pardon," said Mr. Happy. "You heard me," snapped Mr. Grumpy. "Go away."
Rude.
"Hey," laughed Mr. Happy. "You're a bad-tempered fellow." Grunted Mr. Grumpy. "And," went on Mr. Happy, "bad-tempered fellows need to change their ways."
You tell him.
Retorted Mr. Grumpy. Went into his cottage, deliberately stepping on Mr. Happy's foot as he passed him. "Oh," said Mr. Happy. Bang went the door of Crosspatch Cottage as Mr. Grumpy slammed it behind him. Mr. Happy stood there looking not quite so happy as he normally does. His foot hurt. He thought and thought and thought some more. Then he had an idea. He smiled and went to see Mr. Tickle. Mr. Happy told Mr. Tickle of his idea of how to get Mr. Grumpy to change his ways. And Mr. Tickle grinned the sort of grin that goes from ear to ear. That is, if you have ears, which he doesn't.
Damn.
Oh, he grinned, rubbing the hands at the end of those extraordinarily long arms of his together. "That sounds fun." That afternoon, Mr. Grumpy went to town shopping. He walked into Mr. Meat's shop. Mr. Meat was a butcher. "Give me some sausages," snapped Mr. Grumpy, "and be quick about it." Poor Mr. Meat, who was frightened of Mr. Grumpy, did as he was told. But as he was doing as he was told, something appeared through his shop doorway. Do you know what it was?
Mr. Tickle.
It was an extraordinarily long arm belonging to... Well, you can guess who it belonged to, can't you? That extraordinarily long arm of Mr. Tickle's came in through the door and across the shop, up to Mr. Grumpy, and tickled him. "Ow!" squeaked Mr. Grumpy in alarm, dropping his sausages and looking round to see what had happened. But could he see anything? He could not. Grunted Mr. Grumpy and picked up his sausages and went next door to the cake shop. Crash went the door of the shop. "Give me a cake," snapped Mr. Grumpy, "and hurry up." Poor Mrs. Fairy, who sold cakes, was frightened of Mr. Grumpy, so she did as she was told.
Damn, this man is just scaring everybody.
Guess what happened?
Mr. Tickle.
"Oh!" squeaked Mr. Grumpy, dropping his cake and his sausages. He just could not understand what was happening. And the same thing happened to Mr. Daly's, the newspaper shop, and Mrs. Humbug's, the sweet shop, and at Mr. Bottle's dairy, and at Mr. Packett's, the grocer's. It went on all afternoon. And all afternoon, Mr. Grumpy kept being tickled. Dropping his shopping, picking it up and being tickled, and dropping his shopping and picking it up and being tickled, and dropping his shopping, and he just couldn't understand it. On his way home to Crosspatch Cottage, he met Mr. Happy again. "Hello," said Mr. Happy. Having a nice day?" "Get out of my way," snapped Mr. Grumpy, "before I kick you."
Whoa!
But almost before the words had passed his lips, that extraordinarily long arm of Mr. Tickle's had appeared from behind a tree and tickled him yet again. He jumped in the air and dropped all his shopping yet again and fell over. Mr. Happy looked down at Mr. Grumpy lying amid a jumble of sausages and cake and newspapers and sweets and milk and cornflakes. I think he laughed that if you were to change your ways, and not be quite so bad-tempered quite so often. This sort of thing might not happen to you quite so often. Grunted Mr. Grumpy. He picked up all his shopping yet again and went home to Prospect Cottage. But on his way, he did think about what Mr. Happy had said, because he very definitely
No.
did not like what had happened to him that afternoon. Mr. Happy and Mr. Tickle laughed and shook hands. And so after that, Mr. Grumpy did try not to be quite so bad-tempered, quite so often. The more he tried, the less he found he was tickled. So he tried more and more. These days, he's quite a changed person.
Look at him go.
Only the other evening, he picked up a book, and you know what?
He read it.
He only tore out one page.
Never mind. Alright, where are we at for time? You know, watch one more video.
Sometimes in sunshine, sometimes in sky, sometimes with no time or just with a smile. Up to her eyes in surprises and tricks. No disguising, she's a little handful of trouble, a bundle of fun. Glad you could make it, so glad you could come. Little Miss, we're waiting for you. Ready, steady, how do you do?
That was
One
cute.
Monday morning, little Miss Bossy went for a walk, and she met Mr. Chatterbox. Oh, good morning, Miss Bossy. What a nice sunny day it is today. Although not as quite as nice as it was yesterday. Yesterday wasn't quite as good as last weekend. But then I don't do very much on weekends, except, of course, this weekend, which, as you know, is my birthday. And that's why I'm off to the village this morning to make sure everyone is coming to my birthday party. Where are you going today?
Mind your own business.
Damn.
She met Mr. Noisy. He was in his garden singing. Noisily, of course. Oh, sole mio.
Shut up! Stop that frightful noise. Shut up.
Rude.
Little Miss Bossy met Miss Sunshine. She was smiling as usual.
She's so cute.
Oh, what a beautiful hat you're wearing today, Miss Bossy. Is it a new one? It does suit you.
She smiled a huge smile.
Shut up. Take that stupid smile off your face, you silly girl.
As you can imagine, little Miss Bossy wasn't very popular. Now, little did Miss Bossy realize, but somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Chatterbox about. And that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Noisy about. And that self-same somebody had seen her bossing Miss Sunshine about. And that self-same somebody was the wizard. He walked home, thinking, yes, something really ought to be done about Miss Bossy. When he arrived home, he went straight to his library and took down a large red book from a bookshelf. It was rather dusty, as it hadn't been read for some time.
Damn.
Let's see now. Yes. Where's that spell I need? He turned to page 304. At the top of the page, it said, How to Stop People Being Bossy. How to stop people being bossy. Yes, that's it. The wizard read the page very carefully.
So the mustache
The day after,
doesn't fall off his face this time.
Miss Bossy met someone who was fast asleep, as usual. Yes,
Mr. Lazy.
Mr. Lazy.
Wake up! Come on! Wake up!
What's up? Who wants it? Oh, it's you, Miss Bossy. Oh, I was having such a nice dream, too. Behind Miss Bossy, the wizard, who had been following her, said something, too, under his breath. A wizardy word he'd learned from page 304. And do you know what happened? Suddenly, as as if by magic, which is true, there appeared on Miss Bossy's feet a pair of boots. Miss Bossy looked down in alarm. They were magic boots, and being magic boots, they could speak to each other. Hello, Left. Yeah, hello, right. Ready when you are. Right. And they set off. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Now look here.
Faster and faster, marching poor little Miss Bossy along. Little Miss Bossy couldn't do a thing about it. Oh, well done, Wizard. The wizard winked a wizardy wink. Those boots marched little Miss Bossy for 5 miles. She was exhausted. Ready, Left. Ready. Shana. And they came to a halt. Along came the wizard. Ah, yes. Those are only for people who are too bossy.
Yes, frightfully boring, thank you. Make them go away at once.
She said angrily, and stamped her foot. Well, at least, she tried to stamp her foot, but the boot wouldn't. We're out of stamps. We're right out of stamps. The Left giggled. You're not sure we're out of stamps?
You will do as I say. Stop marching around.
Ready when you are. Right away. Quick! March! Left! Right, left! 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 Right. 10 miles they marched, Miss Bossy. 10
Damn.
They marched back to the wizard.
Make these stupid boots go away.
Yes, only if you say the magic word. Back to the wizard.
Make these stupid boots go away.
Her accent, I kind of like it.
Only if you say the magic word.
It keeps it keeps mixing words.
Under his breath, from page 3. That's better. And he said the wizardy word again, under his breath, from page 304. And the boots disappeared as if by magic. Now then, stop being bossy, or you know what will happen. Miss Bossy was just about to say something when she stopped, looked down at her feet, and then she nodded. Very well, smiled the wizard. Now, remember what I said. And he disappeared. And do you know something? From then on,
Miss Bossy wasn't bossy.
now off, little Miss Bossy was a changed person. Not bossy at all. And you know why, don't you? You know what she's afraid of?
What?
Bossy boots.
Oh, bossy boots.
Left, right, 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 left, right. She's blunt.
They're late and naughty.
She's trouble.
We're happy, tiny, neat, excellent. She's little Miss Sunshine.
Fuzzy and greedy.
And look at her. It's magic. Buffet.
Extreme. And the vast splendid impossible team. All friends together. The little Miss and Mr. Man. All friends together. Round and round we go. Back to back and side by side and on with the show.
That was cute. Alright. Well, we're at the hour mark. How long is the next one? Let's see. Oh, they're getting a bit longer. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you guys for coming out. Yeah.